everybody. Mr. E here. It's the Monday after NAEA. How you doing? Lisa from Mount Juliet wrote that she felt like she had an NAEA hangover. It's probably a fitting description. The past few days, you've been drinking from a fire hose of information and inspiration. And now, you're back home. How you process through all of that stuff that you learned at conference. You know, I had a lot of people tell me how to go to conference, how to be at conference, but they didn't really tell me what to do after conference with all that information. You're going from a mountaintop experience where you are surrounded by like-minded individuals to being back in the same situation that you were before. Hopefully, people will be asking you questions and you can share some of the great experiences that you had. But if not, then get on Twitter, get on Facebook, or maybe even, call some people that you were at conference with. It's kind of a lost art talking to people on the phone, isn't it? But you need to connect to people that were in that situation so that you guys can talk through things and encourage one another to try some of those great ideas that you saw. Some of the sessions you went to, maybe you saw projects or unit plans that you thought, wow, that'd be great. I want to do that. That's awesome. If you have time in this last quarter of the year to implement new units or new projects, go for it. How fun is that? I always like trying new things. But make sure that you make it your own. If the presenter gave you a lesson plan or a unit plan, make sure that you look through it and see what you need to do to make it specific for your students. It's kind of like Pinterest. Pinterest has great ideas. I love looking at it. But if you just take a lesson and do it verbatim from what you see, it might not be so successful or might not have the meaning that you really want it to. You have to personalize it for your students, their situation, and their knowledge base. So take those units, take those lessons that you got from NAEA, and put it in the context of your school and your kiddos. And I'm sure that you'll be able to come up with some amazing lessons all on your own, inspired by those that you saw at conference. You may have saw technology or products too. Now that's a little bit harder to apply at this time of year because usually the finances are pretty much gone by this point, if you even get finances. But it's things that you can file away. Make a list for next year and say, hey, these are some things that I want to look at getting. Maybe you could ask your PTO, maybe you can ask your administration, maybe there'll be some magical money appear. Don't discount the fact that there are grants out there as well that you can apply for. But you probably saw some great technology, and that's not always easy to obtain. The iPad that I'm recording this right now, I got through a website, a crowdfunding website. So that's always an option as well. But, don't just see these great things and say, oh, that can never happen in my classroom. Make a priority list. Make things that you want for your students, that you know will better their experience in the art room. And share that with administration, with PTO, with whoever that could help reach that goal of obtaining the technology or the product. All right? So don't give up hope and don't forget about it either. Make a list, even share it now, but then put it in a place where you can share it again at the beginning of next school year when there's usually more finances